Nobody disinterested who knew me as a little boy would mistake that it would be impossible for me to get involved in something as shady as car stealing without adults forcing me into them. So it sheds a good deal of character on the situation that the people I appealed to were the rabid animals behind it. And you could say I don't have evidence for that. Well, I do have evidence for that. They made it out to be a joke that they were going to burn me on the legend of their own script. They poached for themselves the right to misrepresent what happened. Only a person who is invested in the crime would proceed in such a way. Now, it has gone on for decades and decades. It's a criminal mechanism whereby Prince Thorles has taken me as a human shield against Ian MacDonald and Ian Fleming's collaboration with Netanyahu in Highland Park of Pittsburgh for this outrage. Through the University of Pittsburgh and with the help of Russian high command who were in on Lenin's Houdini. That's why we are at the brink of World War III, because they don't want Lenin's Houdini to get around. Now, a disinterested person would recognize that I was kidnapped and tortured and went to great lengths to inform people who seemed to be unimpeachable fellows, only to be made a joke of by the people who wrote the script. That tells you a good deal about the drama school situation that's involved. Now, the people who were behind the outrage claim they're performing therapy. Yoko Ono created, through what they call plastic reality in Access Hollywood, the illusion machine of Lenin dying so that she could say, we demand a human sacrifice in the name of revenge for Yasukuni's shrine. And this worked its way all through Bush and Clinton and Obama's intelligence systems. Biden is an operation. Biden is a long eye. But for Biden is a long eye, they believe, they want it held. But if you do it twice with a DD, it's forbidden. That's short. That's a short vowel sound. It's like Rusty. What's your rush to die? Kennebunkport has Kennedy debunk deport when you add three Ds. Three-dimensional reality. These criminally insane master plotters have been working with Arnold Schwarzenegger to co-opt, as though speaking to aliens, our reality as human teachers, parents, and members in a commonwealth. They use and conscript every single text of lore that they can find to use and conscript. Whether it's the New Testament book of Revelation or Exxon's promotional authority or Yoko Ono's cover songs for Flame Over Africa, they have one very verminous hostility. It's for anyone else. They poach and they commit high science identity crimes that they call constructing a persona. And there's no law against it. If they steal my ID and cash a check in my name, they can be arrested for fraud. But if they steal my entire identity structure and implant a neurological personality change compulsion mechanism from Attica State Prison Authority, I will go to prison for trying to get help. This is how deranged the machinery in the United States of America has become. I believe with the help of Russian high command. I think our solution has to be to grind to a halt the fossil fuel mania, to learn to restrict our recreational driving, to learn against all odds to get along with one another. Meanwhile, they will and they can and are at large to and intend to continue to poach. I know from long experience with Yoko Ono and her gaggle that no rhyme or reason is ever sufficient. They are murderously hostile ripper hatters. That is what they are ingrained to do, and they have cut loose and run amok, and Biden is feeding them the powers and the machinery and the mechanisms to destroy and destroy and destroy totally innocent lives, people who know better than to be so stupid.